What's happening, everyone? Thank you for taking time out of your Tuesday afternoon to join us here on SuperTalk Tupelo for the ICC Hour. Now, we stepped away from the show for a couple of months back in June and July, and, well, we found out that wasn't very popular amongst our dedicated listeners. So this season, we will carry the show a full 12 months, starting today here on Tuesday, August the 1st. Now, speaking of our dedicated listeners, I do want to give a couple of shout-outs, Mr. Tom Childs and Mr. Bobby Thomas. They're two very proud supporters of ICC, and they listen to the show quite often, so we appreciate those guys and all of you that have listened to the show over the years. Now, if you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Adam Gore, the Sports Information Director at Itawamba Community College, and as always, the ICC Hour is being presented to you by our friends over at Renasant Bank.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renasant Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renasant Bank, understanding you.
Today, I'll be joined by ICC President Dr. Jay Allen for the first two segments of the show. We'll talk about the excitement and the opportunities that come with the start of the new semester. And then in the second segment of the show, we'll talk about the growth of the best community college in the state year after year, according to WalletHub.com. Now, in our final two segments of the show, we'll have a conversation with Michael Holloway. He is the Director of Recruiting and Orientation here at ICC. We'll talk about how you still can register for classes for the upcoming fall semester here. And we'll also talk a little bit about orientation leaders and our Indian delegates that have worked extremely hard over the past few months to help with our orientations and so much more here at the college. And then when we wrap things up, we'll talk about how you can schedule tours and learn more about ICC for those of you that say might be a junior in high school, or maybe you or your family member would like to learn more about ICC. You can find out how to do that later on in the show with Michael. So sit back, relax with an ice cold Coke from our friends over at Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, and enjoy the show as we come back with ICC President Dr. Jay Allen when the ICC Hour returns here on SuperTalk Tupelo 101.9 FM. It's not too late to sign up for classes at Itawamba Community College. ICC has scheduled open registration opportunities for August the 9th from 1 to 5 p.m. on our Fulton and Tupelo campuses, August the 10th from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in Fulton and 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Tupelo, and on August the 11th from 8 a.m. to 4:30 on both our Tupelo and Fulton campuses. Financial aid is still available. Day and night traditional classes begin on August the 14th. Online classes start on August 21st. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renasant Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renasant Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back to the ICC Hour here on SuperTalk Mississippi 101.9 FM. As always, the ICC Hour is being presented by our friends over at Renasant Bank. Renasant Bank, they are the bank that understands you, and you can find out why by visiting RenasantBank.com. Well, as we said at the top of the show, we're going to talk with Dr. Jay Allen, the president here at ICC. And Dr. Allen, first off, thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be with you, Adam.
Well, it's the first day of August, so that means one thing, school will be here before we know it.
Coming fast.
A lot of buzz already around the campus with all the improvement projects going on, but when you get those students on campus as well, man, life is just, I hate to say life's going to be back on campus, but it's just a different area when we get the kids back.
It is a different, it's such an exciting time of the year. You got the anticipation of the semester starting, the year starting. You've got the excitement of having different athletic programs, band and others on campus and about to come on campus. So it's exciting to see all that take place. I tell you, those things add to just the my excitement level, because I know that that's what I live for, is our students being on campus. And they've been gone most of the summer, so now we got them back is great.
Absolutely. Of course, we've had the opportunity to listen to the ICC All-American Band.
Yes.
Practicing, getting ready for their show this year. That's always my favorite time of year, whenever you can barely hear them down the hill when they first start, but by the time school gets here, they're in that rhythm.
Absolutely.
They get it going.
Absolutely.
Well, as a president, just talk about your emotions for the start of a new school year.
Well, it's always that it's that level of excitement, because it's the unknown to some degree, but also the what if. What if this is the best year we've ever had? What if it's the best semester we've ever had? What if our students outperform anything we could have ever imagined? And the great thing is, Adam, a lot of times those things occur. Also, what if our students respond in ways we couldn't even imagine to our student engagement opportunities? Last year, we saw an unbelievable response to our student engagement opportunities. They showed up at numbers we'd never seen before. It was budget breaking, you could say, in that sense. But they were so hungry for opportunities to interact with each other, for fun activities, things that would get them out of, I think, some of their boxes and get out and meet new folks and build memories. And so we hope that this year will be exactly that. And so our plans are that we will build off of last year's growth and see even more. It's created quite a buzz and quite a level of excitement. And last year, leading up to this year, our enrollment's up. Our housing numbers are still through the roof in applicants that want to live on campus. We've had as high as nearly 600 on the waiting list this summer.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And that's after opening up a whole new residence hall last fall. Yeah. So 246 new beds on campus, and we're still have a huge waiting list. So to me, that says there's a lot of people that want to be a part of what we have offered here at ICC. And that's where it really gets exciting for me, is I can't wait for them to experience ICC and what we know and love. Then I also think about, what will these students become? Mm-hmm. And as I stand we talked about this, as I stand on the graduation stage each May, it's like, golly, this student just passed by, and how are we going to replace them? They've been such a tremendous leader. They've been so involved and engaged. They're at every event. They've performed and won all kind of awards and things. How are we going to replace them? And then as fall rolls around and we start getting to know these students, you go, okay, we're going to be okay. These students are going to fill those shoes quite well. So that's the other piece, is what will become and what will our students become. And so it's a neat thing.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of the job, is the fact that, yes, we only get the kids 2, sometimes 3 years.
Yeah, sure.
But you see them grow.
Absolutely.
I think of Cal Brown, our former work study.
Mm-hmm.
He came to ICC and he was kind of shy and to himself. And by the time he left ICC, he was doing What a Play Wednesday,
yes,
president of the ICC BSU. So to see that kind of growth in a student during that time period, it's rewarding.
It is. They come out of their shell. They begin to find themselves. They find their career field, major-wise. They get a vision for what they really want to do in their next 2 years. And in some cases, they're going straight to the workforce. But the exciting thing is that they're growing. And that's what really we want to have happen. Some of them find out that they can truly be a scholar. They didn't know it, but they find out they can, and that they can excel in the classroom. And so that's exciting as well. It's not all about just the fun stuff. It's truly about growing and learning and becoming a better student. I always challenge our coaches that they make their student athletes, they make them a better athlete, they make them a better student, they make them a better person. Well, the same's true in a lot of ways, just for our our general student population. We should be growing them into better students, better people, but also I'm going to call it in that better community members, that they're going to be a part of our campus community, and they're going to add to the flavor of everything that occurs at ICC, and they're going to support their fellow students in their different performances, whether it be on a field or on a stage. They're going to be there to help with different activities and be a part and just grow what we do.
We're talking with ICC President Dr. Jay Allen about the start of the new school year. Hey, there is still time to sign up for classes at ICC. Visit iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu. If not that, stop by and visit one of our friendly advisors that are on our 3 locations, Tupelo, Fulton, or Belden. They'll be happy to get you set up for classes. Once again, I think the first day of traditional classes start August the 14th.
August 14th.
And then the next week will be the start of our online classes, which, by the way, I had a cousin call, and she was asking, she's like, I knew you've taken, you finished your degree online, what's some good places? And I was like, look, I'm not saying this just because I work here, but ICC has a fabulous online opportunity for kids that can't do that. Kind of talk about the online
Absolutely.
options.
Our e-learning program is really second to none, and I can say that as a former jealous Dean of Enrollment Services when I was at Hines at how was this community college that is half or smaller than half of our size able to do so much in the realm of e-learning. And it's been impressive to watch what ICC's been able to do, both in quality and in quantity.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renasant Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
It's not too late to sign up for classes at Itawamba Community College. ICC has scheduled open registration opportunities for August the 9th from 1 to 5 p.m. on our Fulton and Tupelo campuses, August the 10th from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in Fulton and 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Tupelo, and on August the 11th from 8 a.m. to 4:30 on both our Tupelo and Fulton campuses. Financial aid is still available. Day and night traditional classes begin on August the 14th. Online classes start on August 21st. Itawamba Community College, the best start here. And welcome back to the ICC Hour, continuing our conversation here with ICC President Dr. Jay Allen. And Dr. Allen, before we went into the break, we were talking about growth of our students. But there's a lot of growth on campus. It's one of those, pardon our progress right now. We've got some projects going on campus, but also some hiring going on as well. So it's one of those, if you're not moving forward, you're not progressing, and you're not keeping up with the times. So a lot really going on.
We do have a lot going on, and which is always exciting. It's a little scary, though, sometimes because it alters the way we function. Mm-hmm. So a couple of examples here at the Fulton campus. We have our student activities building that is under construction, renovation. One of our oldest buildings on campus, and so in need of an update. And so we're doing a complete renovation, new HVAC system, all the way down to all the finishes in the building and some redesign. Going to be a tremendous improvement to that space. new grill, and so our grill is relocated for this, at least the fall and part of the spring. We hope to have it open by spring break. We'll see what happens. So that changes our flow on campus. But at the same time, then you look at softball tennis complex is under construction. Goal of them being in that facility by February. New locker room space for tennis and softball. New press box, which you will love. That improvement. It'll be a vast improvement. New grandstands, just taking it to a whole new level there. Then we think about, okay, well, we've got all that going on. But at the same time, we've just moved campus police, and we'll be finished up with that renovation here before very long in the very back part of our library building. And so that will give them new space. They had to come out of student activities anyway. So we've got them really now a new permanent home that'll be complete here before very long. So that's some exciting things that are occurring. But we also have a temporary then student activity space. And so we have to adjust our own mindset about all that and then help our sophomores find the new space and our freshmen to find it for the first time. Then you think about Tupelo campus, we've got our new truck driving range or driving range there. So we'll be teaching our CDL program. And so the exciting part of that is it's a great partnership with Three Rivers Planning Development District and with some ARC Appalachian Regional Commission funds, along with Accelerate Mississippi and some funds from them to help us build out that so that we can have our own place to teach people how to be truck drivers. And such a lucrative career field with short-term training opportunities, but also partnerships with companies like Ashley Furniture, where we're training their incumbent workers to come and learn how to be a truck driver off of the line. From building furniture yesterday to learning how to drive a truck today, 4 weeks later, they're driving permanently for Ashley Furniture. What a great partnership. So we've got all those things going on. We've got some renovations that are being finished up over at our Belden Center with 4 new labs attached to classrooms, all inside that Belden Center building. But it's a build out within the building. So we're excited to see that basically be wrapped up and be put into full use. So excited about that.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff going on, and of course there's some fixes as well as just it needs to happen. And those sorts of things, like say replacing a roof, you can't say, "Hey, look, a new roof." You can't really brag on that, but those are the necessities that come in time, and especially with the weather we've had recently as well.
Yeah, well, let me talk about that type of renovation along with our new energy project. So we do have some roof repairs that always take place over summer months. Some will even take place, because of the size of the project's pretty small during the school year. We have some storm damage. We're still dealing with repairs from that. But then we have this energy project through CMTA. It's a company it's actually in state law that allows us, state purchasing law that allows us to contract with a company like this to do energy improvements that will help us save money on energy. And they're so convinced that they can save us the money with these improvements that if they don't save us that much each year, then they have to pay the part that we didn't save on our note for the money we borrowed in order to do all of these projects. So basically it's guaranteed income, you could say. But what's so neat is we will replace all of our exterior and interior lighting with LED where it hasn't been done, which is still a lot.
Right.
So it'll improve not only light quality, but energy savings. And in some cases outdoors, lights will come on faster. If power happens to go off and come right back on, then those lights will come on immediately rather than taking a while to warm back up. We also will have the opportunity to replace a number of HVAC systems and or parts of those systems. And so new boilers in some places, some like our Tech Ed building will be a complete renovation, probably one of our poorest air quality environment facilities, buildings, and we will totally replace that system. And so we're so proud to be able to get that project going. We're also using some of our HERF funds, which are COVID relief funds, in order to make some of those final purchases of some of the larger systems that will improve air quality, life quality, work environment, study environment, the whole 9 yards. So we're excited that'll take place on all 3 campuses, and it'll make a huge improvement.
Absolutely. As continuing our conversation here with Dr. Jay Allen, president at ICC, and school starting in a couple of weeks. As we mentioned earlier, folks, you still got time to sign up for classes. Visit iccms.edu to find out more information. Dr. Allen, for those that, maybe leaving high school for the first time and then leaving home for the first time, How would you go about easing the mind of, well, let's start with parents, about their kids coming to school and kind of being on their own for the first time?
Well, I would say this at orientation the last 2 years or so that I've been where they are. I have been there as a parent, sending my child, my oldest, to ICC. She immigrates, had a wonderful experience and has been involved in everything under the sun, performed well academically. But I tell them, I said, there's a major difference. While I live on the campus where my child attended, your child is excited because you will not live on the campus where they attend.
Yes.
And for some students, they're like, absolutely 100% we're excited about that. But I think the thing for a parent is it's a natural process, but it doesn't feel that way. But ICC gives you the ability to stair step into that. So for most of our families, the child's only an hour away, hour and a half. If they're living on campus, if they're commuting, they're 15, 20, 30, 45 minutes maybe away, but they're coming home every night in that sense. And so otherwise they're coming home, possibly every weekend. So when you think about it, it's a way to step into it without having to go crazy and send them 4 or 5 hours away to a university somewhere that's much harder to get to. So I love that component of a soft opening, you might say, of releasing them into the world, but also giving them a lot of support. And then we think about for our students. Yeah, we have students who get homesick. It's just it's not home. It's different. But if they can give it just a little bit of time, get out of their shell and get out and start meeting people and do some things, allow themselves to be exposed and introduced to new people and new things, they're going to find their niche pretty quick. Yes. Now, Adam, on all 3 of our locations, there's a lot of opportunities. When you think about the residential environment here at Fulton, now you're talking 24/7 type of opportunities. But between BSU, Wesley Foundation, all the different clubs and organizations on campus that are part of our college campus environment, all of the events and activities that go on, there's so many ways to plug in. I had students that they didn't do a lot of different activities, but they went to spin class a couple of nights a week and loved that. And they found their niche in that. That's wonderful. You're not going to find me at spin class for a multitude of reasons.
Well, one for me is, I'm not going to do spin, but also they have early morning spin.
They do.
Have you seen that 5 o'clock in the morning?
No, it's not going. Well, and plus, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm like, if I'm riding to McDonald's, then it might be worth it. Give me an ice cream cone to eat on the way back. But I don't know if I could do that in spin. So, but at the end of the day, finding their niche, finding their engagement point is what's so important, because that's how they're going to build friendships, memories, opportunities to connect with people that will be lifelong friends. And I think about my own community college experience and how I've met people that are now friends for life. So I hope that our families will realize it's truly an investment in the future. And I believe we're going to give them a tremendous return on that investment, both from a monetary standpoint, but also a time standpoint.
Absolutely. And kind of to build off that or piggyback off that, talking about that experience here at ICC, you see a lot of people that went to school here, they graduate, and then as soon as we have job openings, they want to come back.
Absolutely.
And so that always speaks at least for me, speaks volumes to how ICC really is that family away from your real family.
Well, and Adam, you've seen it. We've worked hard as the college has just morphed and changed through the last couple of years. I've been here 6 years now. We created a couple of opportunities, director of student activities. We saw the need for that. How do we grow our student engagement opportunities without that director? And so we got to put it in. So we did. Our goal was, in many cases, can we find for recruiter positions and hall directors and the like, can we find a way to bring our alums back and fill those positions? Will we keep them forever? Maybe not. But could we also make them fall in love with this environment and they then want to move from that position to a different position within the institution, and we keep them in higher ed? And that's happened in many cases. So what I look at it is that if we help them have a wonderful experience today, 2 years from now, when they graduate at their university setting, we're more likely to get them back. And then they're contributing again to our environment. And what a better salesman than somebody who graduated here and loved their experience. So we've been blessed with that. We'll see more and more of that coming. We're going to see more of them applying for jobs that'll be in the classroom, that'll be in support service areas. We've already seen it with our recruiting staff, student activities, and many others. And I think we'll see that continue to grow. So I kind of look at that as we're paying it forward. What we put in today, we're going to reap the benefit just a couple of years down the road.
Absolutely. And we're talking with Dr. Jay Allen, president here at ICC. And Dr. Allen, I know we're going to kind of wrap things up here in a moment. So just some final thoughts, maybe final sales pitch for those that may be on the fence of, am I ready to come to college? Do I want to come to ICC? Kind of just open the floor for anything you'd like to talk about now.
So let me start that off with just saying, you'd mentioned this a little bit while ago about growing in some positions and opportunities. I didn't address that, but we have grown in some positions and opportunities. We've added some things. We just added an academic recovery program, and that's in our instructional support services area. It's an area that we began to focus a couple of years ago on finding ways to meet students where they are. And when they're not as prepared as we would like for them to be academically, we're working to then help them fill in those gaps. We have an access program, which are students that we know are behind from a math, an English, and a reading standpoint. And so we're focusing on them early. It's about 80 of those students that they'll be working with to help them find their path to success. But this new one is academic recovery, where it's current students who have been with us, completed at least a semester, and they find themselves in an academic warning scenario. They're headed towards academic probation and or suspension if we don't do something to stop the behavior maybe or lack of appropriate behavior studying wise to get them to success. So we have about 200 of those that this individual will be working with to build out a system to get them to success and off of what could potentially be a road to failure. Mm-hmm. If we can save those 200 or any portion of that, that's a win for the college. It's worth our investment. So we're excited to see new things like that come along, new opportunities. We're improving our honors and PTK program with a more system-wide multi-campus focus, which I think will be great. So we're just continuing to grow and grow upon our levels of success that we've already had and find new ways to get even better. Now, if you're out there and you think that, well, it's too late, time's passed me, it's not. Time has not passed you by. It's not too late for this fall or beyond. It's never too late to invest in your future and invest in your future with some instruction and educational gain. The great thing in education and higher ed is they can never take it from you. You've earned it. You never know how that will help you and help you get the job you want or get to the next level so that you can then get to the job you want. Those things occur, but I look at it as prosperity truly comes through the college education setting. It comes to the schoolhouse door. We need to help you get to that level through training and education, whether it be a 1 year, 2 year, or a multi-year degree. ICC can get you on that path.
Absolutely. You can find out more, once again, by visiting iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu. And again, if you'd much rather feel more comfortable talking to someone in person, we have people in Fulton, we have people in Tupelo, Belden, that would love to sit down and talk to you. And maybe explore the options. There's options. Whenever I started college, I went into criminal psychology. I wanted to be Batman. I don't know. But here I am now at ICC, far away from criminal psychology.
Do you have the utility belt?
That's what held me back.
That's what held you back. I got you.
So, well, Dr. Allen, I appreciate your time, and I know we'll talk to you again throughout the year, and get ready, get fired up for the new school year.
Can't wait. Also can't wait to hear you and your team on the air, streaming all of our games, sporting events. I know fall is here when that occurs.
It is for sure. Well, we'll be back more of the ICC Hour right after this. It's not too late to sign up for classes at Itawamba Community College. ICC has scheduled open registration opportunities for August the 9th from 1 to 5 p.m. on our Fulton and Tupelo campuses, August the 10th from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in Fulton and 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Tupelo, and on August the 11th from 8 a.m. to 4:30 on both our Tupelo and Fulton campuses. Financial aid is still available. Day and night traditional classes begin on August the 14th. Online classes start on August 21st. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents, not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a maestro of the clarinet, a famous speed solver,
Piece of cake.
a noted cheese connoisseur.
Limburger.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renasant Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
When my mom opened the store, I got comfortable with it, and I liked the fact I like to help people, and I like to make people feel good about what they wear or just in general. And so once we got started and got into it, it was just one of those things where I just kind of really fell in love with it.
This is a 2-year all-online Associate of Applied Science degree. There are no restrictions or requirements to begin working toward a Business and Marketing Management Technology degree.
I think just being here and being able to experience what all there is within business and marketing, it was just something I thought I would really enjoy, which I started the first semester I was in class, and which I loved Miss McCrimmon. She was awesome. She was very helpful.
Students simply apply to ICC and then select Business and Marketing Management Technology as their major.
I enjoy online, and it was not anything that anybody couldn't do. It works with your schedule, and it was easy for me to do online working here as well. So that was really helpful to me.
This degree covers a wide range of business jobs. It's also a great way for entrepreneurs to learn about starting their own business.
There are times when you will catch yourself applying what you did learn in the program, using it within whatever business you're in.
Many students in this program are working and are interested in earning a degree to be promoted where they work. I've also had graduates start their own businesses.
There's just something about when somebody comes in and they want to find something and you're able to help them with that, and they find the perfect outfit or whatever they're needing. It's just one of those things where it makes you feel good and it makes the customer feel good.
Students can start the MMT program in the fall or spring semesters.
But overall, it's a fun job, and you get to learn a lot. And if you love shopping, that's a big plus too. Customer service is huge, and we want to make sure that we are able to fit that person's needs and do the best we can to help them.
MMT graduates also have the option to transfer their associate degree and continue working toward their bachelor degree online.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
And welcome back here to the ICC Hour, being presented to you by our friends over at Renasant Bank. Renasant Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting RenasantBank.com. And speaking of visiting, we're going to visit with Michael Holloway now, talk about the start of the school year, and there's still time to sign up for classes. I know you've heard me talk about this already numerous times throughout the show. Well, guess what? You're going to hear it numerous more times throughout the show as well. We do encourage you to visit iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu, or visit one of our 3 locations, Fulton, Tupelo, or Belden, to find out how you can get signed up for classes. They start August 14th, and our online classes start that next week as well. Michael, I know you've heard that and probably say it in your sleep right now, but appreciate you taking time and joining us for the show today.
Thank you, Adam. Thanks for having me on. I'm super excited because it's August 1st, and that means we're 14 days away from welcoming all our new Indians to campus.
Well, before we get into the thick of things, let's talk about that. This is a new role for you, but you've been at the college for a while now. Just that first of the year, we've got convocation coming up, but then the students are here. Talk about that buzz for you, or that excitement that you get whenever there's life. Well, not to say there's life. There's always life on campus, but when there's real just students back on campus.
The students are what we thrive on here at ICC, and they're really the crown jewel of the college. They bring us energy, excitement. It's why we're here, is to serve students and to have that interaction and see them from when they walk in as a freshman at orientation and all the way through graduation, which is another one of my favorite events as well.
Yeah, that's one thing I talked about in an earlier segment with Dr. Allen. That's one of my favorite things at the college, to see how our students do come to us as freshmen. Some of them kind of shy and withheld, and by the time they leave, they've really grown into who they want to be. That's just a really rewarding part of the job.
Absolutely. It's why we do it. So we, speaking of orientation, we just wrapped up 16 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
all sessions were full. We welcomed over 1,700 new students to the ICC family.
Wow.
So we're incredibly excited to see all those students and their families and have them on campus and ready to get them back August 14th.
Absolutely. Now, you talked about that, but it's not too late to still be a member of the ICC family. We got some opportunities for those that might be listening right now that might be on the fence, not know if they want to go to college yet or not. We do have some opportunities for you out there, and let's talk about those opportunities coming up.
Absolutely. So what we would recommend students who are coming to ICC who didn't get a chance to attend one of our orientation sessions, we have open registration, and that begins today, and we'll be open 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. All a student would have to do is just walk into our academic and student building on the Tupelo campus, or our student services building here in Fulton, and see the admissions office. They will get them from there to a one-on-one meeting with an academic advisor at our advising center, and they will be able to help build the schedule that's best for that student, geared towards what they're interested in studying.
Now, of course, we do want to say, if you do sign up this time of year with all the other orientation, some of those prime time classes that people want to get in, maybe not so early, those might be full now. So you will have to maybe make some adjustments there. But, it could be intimidating getting signed up for college. And that's the reason why we've got so many great advisors, the great recruiting staff that you've got put together that really do a good job of easing those worries. What would somebody need to, say, bring with them or expect when it comes to signing up for classes?
So doing that is super easy. They'll make an application online. They can either do that from home, right there on their mobile device, or when they walk into our admissions office on campus. They'll sit them down. The admissions application process takes about 10 minutes, and then our admissions team will process that application within 24 hours if they do it remotely, but if they're on campus, they'll process it right there for them in person. That way they can get them back and meeting with an academic advisor while they're there, because we know time is valuable to each one of us, so we try to make the most of their time if they come to visit us face-to-face.
And we're talking with Michael Holloway, I believe, Director of Recruiting. I think you've got like an 8-mile title, right?
Yes, Director of Recruiting and Orientation, but what I call it is the fun stuff.
There you go. Now, you do get to work with a great group of kids. I know it's kind of chasing rabbits here, but, orientation takes a lot. But your large part of your success is those that you work with.
Yes, and when you say those who you work with, that is the entire college. Orientation is an all-hands-on-deck experience. We want students to, from the grounds up, and that's our physical plant and grounds crew who make everything look beautiful, and our wonderful faculty and staff who help students along the way. And then we also have students who play a part in that, and that's one of our student organizations that I love dearly, and that's our orientation leaders. We had 19 of those on the team this year, and they really are the lifeblood of orientation. A student, when they show up on campus, a lot of times that's the first time they've ever been on a college campus. Maybe the parents as well. But we have 19 smiling faces of current students who are there to share their experience from what's most important, and that's the student's perspective.
Awesome. Well, let's go back to the original point we were talking about, the open registration. What other dates are available for open registration?
So those start this week. We're going to be registering all the way through when school starts, so they can just come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. And like I said, on-campus classes will begin Monday, August 14th. We're excited to welcome all those smiling faces there. So we'll be allowing students to come in and register all the way up until when school starts. And then the next week on the 21st, our online classes. And so we have a lot of students who take both on campus and online, and we have a large population of students that are completely online. So what I like to say is college is convenient to you. We can meet you where you are in life, whether you're a first-time freshman who is coming to join us and live in our residence halls on the Fulton campus, or if you're an adult learner at work wanting to finish that degree, or change careers, we have a large host of completely online programs that will allow you to continue that college degree from home or wherever that may be.
Absolutely. And again, you can visit iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu to learn more. Or if you want to go ahead and apply, just iccms.edu/apply. When we come back, we're going to take a look at how maybe some students that are still in high school or people that like to set up some tours here at ICC, we'll learn more about that here on the ICC Hour. Back with more right after this.
Your knee is a complex joint with many components, making it vulnerable to a variety of injuries. Some of the most common knee injuries include fractures, dislocations, sprains, and ligament tears. Many knee injuries can successfully be treated with simple measures such as bracing, rehabilitation, and exercise. The other injuries may require surgery to correct. At our injury clinic, we commonly see meniscal tears that occur during sports. Tears in the meniscus can occur when twisting, cutting, pivoting, or being tackled. Meniscal tears may also occur as a result of arthritis or aging. Just an awkward twist when getting up from a chair may be enough to cause a tear if the meniscus has weakened with age. The most common symptoms of meniscus tears are pain, stiffness, swelling, catching or locking of your knee, the sensation of your knee giving way, and if you are not able to move your knee through its full range of motion. The RICE protocol is effective for most sports-related injuries. RICE stands for Rest, Ice, Compression, and Elevation. Remember that at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renasant Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renasant Bank, understanding you.
It's not too late to sign up for classes at Itawamba Community College. ICC has scheduled open registration opportunities for August the 9th from 1 to 5 p.m. on our Fulton and Tupelo campuses, August the 10th from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in Fulton and 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Tupelo, and on August the 11th from 8 a.m. to 4:30 on both our Tupelo and Fulton campuses. Financial aid is still available. Day and night traditional classes begin on August the 14th. Online classes start on August 21st. Itawamba Community College, the best start here. And welcome back to the ICC Hour here on SuperTalk Mississippi 101.9 FM. Our first show back after our summer break. We understand there were some fans out there that didn't like the fact that we went on summer break. So we're going to look to maybe continue this show throughout the year, this upcoming year as well. So you can catch us each Tuesday right here, starting at 106 here on SuperTalk Mississippi. We're going to continue our conversation here with the Director of Recruiting and Orientation, Michael Holloway, as we just told you how you can still sign up for classes here at ICC. But now we're going to talk about how you can set up tours and visit ICC and learn more about ICC. Those are for those students, say, that are still in high school, that are thinking about, what their future wants to be. And Michael, tell us more about how they can learn more about ICC.
Well, I want to talk about one thing you mentioned is about the fans missing the show during the summer. Mm-hmm. That's how we feel about the students.
There you go.
And so
yes.
The students are the lifeblood of the campus, and during the summer, it's kind of quiet around here. Yes. And you can walk around and go to different meetings and things like that, and everybody's kind of missing the interaction with students. So yes. In our office, we have two student organizations in recruiting and orientation. We talked to you a little bit about our orientation leaders and how important they are in welcoming our new students on campus, but it all starts with recruiting and meeting families and prospective students in the community, out at schools, different events. And one of those student organizations that helps us with that is our Indian delegation. That's our student recruiters. We have 40 of those total.
Nice.
30 housed here in Fulton and 10 in Tupelo, but we are one big organization. And speaking of that, we just concluded our 3-day Indian delegation retreat. Mm-hmm. And so that was our first little fun time leading up to the start of classes, where we brought all of them on campus. They got to, no matter where they're attending in Tupelo or Fulton, they got to tour all three of our locations and see just what all ICC offers. And the big takeaway from that is, wow, I didn't realize we offered that much. So we spend 3 days with them building those bonds, building that team, and then they're there to help with campus tours, college fairs, and various things throughout the year. So Indian Delegation is a great group of students who we work with and work very hard with throughout the year.
I'll back you up on that. That is a group that does work hard, but they are the heartbeat of the college for sure whenever it comes to doing the recruiting and helping other students as well. All right, so say I'm a parent and I've got a junior in high school, and we're very curious about ICC, and we want to come see ICC. So how do we go about setting up a tour?
Well, junior year is a great time to start visiting college campuses. Senior year seems like there's lots of deadlines that hit for college, as well as all of those senior moments that you're taking in throughout the year, the last football games and different sporting events and band events and all of those things that are considered their senior year celebrations. And so junior year is a great time to start. And what I would encourage parents or prospective students who are listening to come visit us. We offer campus tours Monday through Friday on all 3 of our locations, Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden. They can schedule that online, and you can easily find that on our homepage of our iccms.edu website, or you can go directly to the tour site, which is tours.iccms.edu. So that's appropriate for an individual who wants to come by themselves or up to 4 other guests. So that could be friends or family members who want to attend. It's a great experience. The whole purpose of a college tour is to just get your feet on campus, walk around, and see what it's like. See if you can see yourself here. If this is where you feel comfortable, it's a good sign that's where you should go to college.
Absolutely, and I promise once you come see ICC, you'll understand why a lot of people like to call this place home. So for those tours, what can they expect? I know whenever a few years ago, whenever I was at Mississippi State, I went on a tour just a few years ago. It was a lot of walking. So tell us about just the options you have here for your tours.
Absolutely. So typically a tour you can expect about an hour and a half. You'll check in at our recruiting offices on whichever campus you come for your tour on. You're going to have a one-on-one with one of our student recruiters, and they're going to take you through a lot of our offerings, the cost of attendance, how you pay for that with different scholarships, institutional, state, federal, all of those options. And then you'll learn about various other areas of college, the college experience, and those offerings, including student activities. Then at the conclusion of that meeting, you'll go out on campus. We try to tailor that to students' interest. So if they let us know in their interest form when they sign up for a tour, we can kind of schedule those meetings ahead, whether they're interested in one of our clubs or organizations or a specific academic area. But then they also just get a general tour of campus. Typically that's given on a golf cart or in one of the ICC vehicles. We usually have 2 going at a time throughout the day, but there's various time slots both in the morning and afternoon, Monday through Friday, for you to schedule a tour.
And I do notice that every once in a while there's a school bus here that brings a group of students as a whole. Is that something you guys still offer?
We do, and that's typically every Friday. So those school buses typically roll in on Fridays. That's a day where, with students' class schedules being Monday through Thursday, our students are pretty jam-packed, and our Indian delegates, we rely on them heavily for those large group tours. So we try to push those out till Friday mornings, and it allows us to have plenty of hands on deck to have more small group experiences for those large senior and junior classes that come in to visit. They can schedule that just by reaching out to our recruiting office, and we'll help get those scheduled as well.
Awesome. Now give that website one more time for the tours.
Tours.iccms.edu.
And then, of course, they can find more about the recruiting office contacts at iccms.edu. Well, Michael, I appreciate your time today. Anything else you want to add before I let you go?
We would love to invite everyone out to take a campus tour. Feels like that's a big step in the process of choosing where to go to college. We feel like we do a great job with that in making it a personalized experience. Please visit that website address, which is tours.iccms.edu, and we look forward to seeing you on campus in the future.
And we'll be back with more of the ICC Hour right after this. It's not too late to sign up for classes at Itawamba Community College. ICC has scheduled open registration opportunities for August the 9th from 1 to 5 p.m. on our Fulton and Tupelo campuses, August the 10th from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in Fulton and 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Tupelo, and on August the 11th from 8 a.m. to 4:30 on both our Tupelo and Fulton campuses. Financial aid is still available. Day and night traditional classes begin on August the 14th. Online classes start on August 21st. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renasant Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renasant Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And that's going to do it for this week's ICC Hour. Again, I do appreciate everyone taking time out of their Tuesday afternoon to join us for this show. Join us next week as we'll be right back here on SuperTalk Tupelo 101.9 FM, starting at 106 or right around that time. We do hope you can join us for that show. If you happen to miss any of today's show, want to go back and listen to it, you can do so by searching the ICC Hour. That's the ICC Hour on YouTube. Be sure and subscribe to our page while you're there. That way you can get updates of any videos and much, much more that has been posted there on the institutional side of YouTube. And then you can also search Let's Go ICC on social media, on YouTube, all over the place. You can find more information there about ICC athletics. We'll touch on that a little bit some next week. I do want to thank my guest today. It was Dr. Jay Allen, who was just talking about getting excited for the new school year and also the growing that is going on here at ICC. And then, of course, Mr. Michael Holloway. He came in and reminded you that there's still time to register for classes at ICC. You can find out more by visiting iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu. And then, of course, you can find out more on how to set up tours and more information there. Again, go back and listen to the show there on our YouTube page. Just search the ICC Hour. Have a great day. And as always, Roll Tribe.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a skilled swordsman, a master chef.
Needs more lavender.
A wonder at word games.
2 tries, every time.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renasant Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.